Hi friends, thank you so much for joining me today. Today we are going to be doing a pick a card reading on who are you becoming. I have 3 piles in front of me today, so let's go ahead and go over them. Pile number 1, we have the Mystic coming out. This gorgeous monarch, that blue eye poking out in the top. I have that being paired with, this is a David Bowie deck. Very pretty. For pile number 2, the archetype is the Kiss. I'm really loving how these oranges are showing up on the screen, if I'm so honest with you. And that is being paired with my Romance Tarot. Pile number 3, we have the Siren. And given that there's a mermaid tail, I felt like it was only fitting to use Jalissa's Messages deck, her Under the Sea Tarot. I don't know if she still sells this, but this is one of my favorite decks. Alrighty, if you know what pile you are going to, you can go ahead and check that out in the description below using the timestamps. I'll also have them on screen, and I think that's where we'll leave it. So I will see you at your video. Thank you so much for joining me. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know down in the comments how it resonates, and I will see you guys at your reading. Bye! Hi, pile number 1. If you chose the Mystic, then you are at your reading. Thank you so much for joining me today. Let's go ahead and take a look at who you are becoming. But before we get into the pre-shuffle tarot, I'd love to take a moment to focus on the Mystic and read from the book on what that says. So we have the Mystic. The Mystic is often misunderstood in our culture, depicted as a wandering, light-hearted daydreamer. Yet like Shiva, the true mystic plays a critical role in society, remaining fearlessly dedicated to the path of transformation. In order to save the earth from darkness, Shiva swallows the poison of the world and holds it in his throat, slowly transmuting the liquid into nectar. This is the work of the mystic. They do not fear darkness, but rather sit in the presence of it, harness the potential and latent energy behind it, and embed it with light. They are patient and prudent change makers, seeking growth above all else. Unanswerable questions are the mystic's lifeblood. The mystic revels in mystery, in the great riddle of life, dancing with the forces of light and dark upon its wings. The mystic is the seeker, the lightworker, the daydreamer. That is so beautiful. Okay, so immediately I am getting the sense that who you are becoming is someone who internally is very strong, down to your core and your foundation. You know who you are, and that allows you to be curious externally and to hold your own against that. I want to go ahead and look at the pre-shuffled oracle. I haven't taken a look at any of them yet, so I am excited. The first one, we have the Age of Light. You've been training for this for lifetimes. Again, there's something here that's unshakable. You might be a life path 4. We also have like maybe a life path 3 with the Mystic coming out because it's number 21, so 2 + 1, 3. Traveling might be very significant as well here. You might be going on a trip soon, and that might help shape who you're becoming. Interesting. You've been training for this for lifetimes. This is such a beautiful imagery. I love the rainbow that's there. Interesting. We also have the solar plexus chakra. Look, number 3. Yeah, something about 3s might be significant here. Interesting. And we also have number 7, patience and planning coming out. Okay. Maybe you've been planning some kind of trip that's meant to be, it's meant to change your situation somehow. It could be moving, maybe for a job opportunity. Okay, sorry, moving forward, we have confusion coming out. I was gonna say, I'm confused. Yeah, all that fog there. We have intelligence, it's so funny. Intelligence and confusion. So this almost feels like intentional confusion, like weaponized incompetence. Maybe you're no longer dealing with that anymore, no longer falling for people's tricks, gaslighting. Maybe you've dealt with people who have fooled you and that's taught you lessons. Okay, for the animal spirit card, we have the Phoenix. And the Phoenix talks very heavily about rising from the ashes. This is also a very powerful spirit card. And to come out with the Mystic like that, look, the wings on both of them. Are you about to fly? And I feel like you're deeply prepared for this, whether or not you know it. Interesting. I get such a strong sense that who you're becoming is someone that is so reliable. Like, there's nothing that you wouldn't be able to handle. Not saying that that means you should automatically, go through chaos, but it does feel very much like you are someone people know that when they go through hard times, they can trust you to be there to help them. I do want to get one more, and I'll live pull this one. What else about pile number 1 and who they are becoming? What else can you tell me, please? Thank you. Oh, we have respect, number 26 coming out. And then we also have number 8. It's not me. I mean, that's that confusion card. Like I said, someone might be trying to trick you or gaslight you, try to make you confused, but I see you seeing through that illusion because you're intelligent. And I even want to highlight communication more because with this intelligent card, it has that sign of Mercury right above the candlesticks there. And Mercury is the planet of, technology, but very much communication. So someone is using their voice to communicate with you, and you're seeing through it, like you're too smart for them. And this might be very reaffirming to someone. I'm surprised the throat chakra isn't here, but I almost feel like you wouldn't waste your words on them. So it's not that you're holding them back, it would be pointless to give that energy. Yeah, I don't see you. It feels like whatever you are losing during this time period isn't really a loss to you because you're rising from the ashes or you're coming out of some kind of cocoon. I feel like your energy just goes 180. Like you got rid of something that was very, very draining for you. I almost feel like it's not a person though, maybe an experience that was really draining. It feels like separate. Like there's someone who's trying to confuse you, but there's a situation that's just kind of miserable, And I see both of those. I see the situation coming to an end because of intelligence and planning, but I see the situation with a person. The root of that is respect, like a lack of respect here. Whether they have a lack of self-worth and they project that onto you, or you need respect for that dynamic to be maintained or to continue. Someone's trying to muddle the waters so you don't see it, but I see you standing very strong, like these 2 pillars in this patience card. Okay, I want to go ahead and jump into the tarot. Okay, so let's get a deeper idea. Who are you becoming? My pile number 1, my mystics. Who are you becoming? I feel like someone who is very healing for others, but it's almost like you had to go down a path in order to understand it, maybe so you could communicate it with to others. There is something here about your voice being very significant, or maybe the intentions that you carry. We have a King of Pentacles here. I see you being rich, wealthy. Oh my goodness, and that's that patience and planning paying off. Okay, we have 3 here. I have my 8 of Wands, so again, 8 Wands I see as a message. So again, I think that mercurial energy, that communication being highlighted. But Wands is also fire. So this feels impulsive, like that Aries energy, and that's being followed up with this Ace of Wands. So you might not be happy to get this message. And I have the 6 of Swords, but it looks like it's destined. Interesting. Okay, that was so absolutely rude. I'm sorry. My pile number 1s, what else can you tell me, please, Spirit? That was so rude. Just hit me in the face with that. Okay, we have my Three of Pentacles coming out. Once again, threes coming out. And that came out in reverse. And then we have my Nine of Pentacles in reverse. That's so funny. I have my 6, 3, and 9. So again, something in threes might be very significant for this pile. My cat just screamed. With my King of Pentacles and my Eight of Wands, I see you as someone who's becoming very, very smart around money. I feel like your situation's kind of miserable now. This feels like the classic stereotype of, like, I started my company in a garage, you know, or in a basement. That, like, classic underdog success story being brought up here. But I can see that you are going through quite some unhappiness because you're trying to reach this dream. And I do see you doing it, but looking back and maybe wondering if it had to be this way, if you had to go through the suffering. My Three of Pentacles is so very heavily about cooperation. So what I'm seeing in reverse, it's kind of this energy of looking back and going like, did I really have to do it all by myself? So I feel like you are becoming someone who is going to be able to reflect, and it's going to help you have a lot more empathy for where you're at right now. I feel like a little bit of gratitude for it as well, even though there is a very strong sense of like, I deserved more than like how I was treated or what I got, because there's so much self-value in the future. There's so much self-respect in the future. I feel like whatever you're dealing with now is meant to teach you and show you. This is like a final lesson. Interesting. Let me cut this deck. With my Three of Wands, again, something coming in, something that you're manifesting is coming in. That's going to help in who you're becoming. It's going to help with this Phoenix energy with rising, get you back in your energy. This feels like you've been drained, but then that weirdly enough like spurts you back to life. Behind my Three of Wands, yeah, look, Ten of Swords. My Ten of Swords is usually, it feels like being stabbed in the back. It's like a very drained, exhausted energy. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune coming back around in your favor right behind that. Come to fulfill your manifestations. And I almost get this sense, this is so funny, especially with that King of Pentacles. You might think that you need this in order to be who you're becoming, but Spirit is very much like, I'm not trying to be rude, but they're like, you're being so exaggerative. You do not need to suffer in order to achieve the blessings that we're giving you. Like, you have support, you need to be able to trust and rely on that. We have my Ten of Pentacles in reverse here, and Judgment behind that. You're going to be someone who doesn't question their choices, not even for a second. You're going to look back and have no regrets about how you handled situations, just that you didn't get what you deserved in those situations. There's a lot of wisdom in your future and in the person that you're becoming. I think because you spend these times, when you do reflect, you're able to observe so much deeper, and that helps you to succeed as well, especially in wealth. It helps you a lot with communication and learning how to speak with other people, maybe learning how to manage crises. Or other people's misery. Some of you might want to be like a therapist, because when I'm looking at the Ace of Wands, again, that can talk about like misery, fears, unhappiness. When I'm looking at the Eight of Wands, I can talk about like communication, messages, and to see them together, it could be like talking about like past trauma, unhappiness, issues. With my Ten of Pentacles here, you might have had to make some clear judgments about family. There's giving a real sense of like, I'm not a child anymore, and it doesn't give this like that maturation effect where it's like, you know, I'm growing up. It almost gives like standing up to someone else, that uncooperative energy that I was feeling earlier, standing up to someone else and being like, I'm not a child anymore, I don't deserve to be treated like this. And I think there is a lot of growth in that for you. Or maybe in recognizing that maybe some of you are going to therapy. And who you're becoming is someone who would have stood up for a younger version of you. Okay, I'm going to grab some charms. And I think that's where we're going to leave it off today. Perfect. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me. Let me see. Let me grab some angel numbers. Angel number 5111. Angel number 5111. And honey agrees. Come here, princess. We have Sagittarius coming out, being highlighted. More fire sign energy there. And I have my South Node coming out as well, so that might be significant for you. Let's take a look at the charms here. Okay. I'm going to separate this really quickly. So for the fortune, it says you bring out the best in others. We also have the descriptor card. The only one that came out says blue eyes, which I think is so interesting because there are blue eyes in the Mystic card. For the mini affirmation, it says peace and love on it. The charms, I have a little peacock. I have the Libra scales that I just threw across the room. There might be a child involved here, or again, some kind of like maturation event or perspective change from someone else on your maturity. Because I'm seeing a baby, and then I'm also seeing like a little boy. I know it's hard to see the charms, but it's like a little boy with a hat on. So if you're a masculine, there might be someone who thinks of you like Peter Pan syndrome. Maybe you're dealing with someone who has Peter Pan syndrome. Paris, France might be significant. Maybe the Eiffel Tower there. I have a star, so I do see a lot of healing coming, and that is going to bring a lot of growth. I also have a crown here. So I very much see wealth in your future. As for the initials, are you guys ready? We have a lot. We have X, D. Maybe someone like makes smiley faces like that, like with an XD, like old school. We have W, C, I, S, Z, F, H, E, C, X. I also have a music note, so some of you may be clairaudient or music might be significant. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know down in the comments how this resonated for you. I would love to hear about it. Check out my private readings on my Etsy, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye! Hi, pile number 2. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you chose the kiss, then you are at your reading. Today we're going to be taking a look at who are you becoming. But before we get into your pre-shuffled oracle here, I want to take a look at what the book says about your archetype, the kiss. This says, the touch, the chemistry, the sex. Before a first kiss, the air is electrified. Each breath is alive with possibility and magic. What will their lips be like? Their tongue? Do they want me in return? The archetypal energy of the kiss is a heightened sensation of merging with each other, of letting in what was moments ago separate, to become one. It is risky but beautiful business. These moments forever change us as we move past the solitary self towards union and acceptance. This card suggests that true intimacy is right around the corner, but it requires bravery and surrender. When the kiss takes a non-human form, it may be experienced as touching the sacred, hearing a whisper, or being graced by a divine being. You will recognize the presence of the kiss by cold chills and an awakening of the heart. I know I'm smiling really, really hard, but honey just brushed against my leg as I was reading that, and it made me very happy. Come here, princess. Come join us. Okay, now that she is done, let's go ahead and continue. I'm so excited to take a look at your oracle cards. The first one, we have a leap. You go first, and the universe will join you. Oh, the universe will catch you. This might be an urgent matter, because I can't get honey to stop scratching. And she only starts scratching whenever it seems to be an urgent situation, or like something that's really heavy on your heart right now. Interesting. We have number 19 coming out, light. That can round to 1. Well, it comes to 10, which is 1. And we actually have a second one for you. That came out to heartache and loss, coming out in reverse, actually. Interesting. We have bittersweet coming out, as well as number 5, success, being highlighted by the sun. So maybe some ego there, but it almost feels appropriate, like you've earned this. For the animal spirit card, we have the dolphin. Oh, I love dolphin energy. This is a water sign energy, so Cancer, I made my ear itch. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces could be highlighted here. Oh, the dolphin is such a pleasant energy to be around. It is playful. It can be gossipy. It's very enjoyable. It's optimistic and creative as well. So with this kiss being here, I feel like there is this new experience that really does light you up. There might be some fear about rejection or maybe even taking a different path than you expected. But I see it working out for you. I do see that success here for you. My nose is about to go crazy, so don't judge me. This heartache and loss, I feel like you bring light to very dark spaces, and I'm seeing that like referenced again within the kiss, where we're seeing this moon light up the dark side of the moon, and their hands are being held in between. And in both of these cards, actually, hands are being highlighted as a main action. Sorry. So there might be something to do with your hands that may be significant here. Yeah, like hands again, yeah. Maybe it's something that you make. How interesting. I want to grab just one more, and then we'll go ahead and move on into the tarot. What else for my pile number 2s and who they are becoming? Oh, okay. Really? I do see this like fear of, this is so funny. This kind of reminds me of the energy of like a TV director who will go back to like where they grew up after they got successful in order to like relive their roots. There's a really strong sense here of wanting to I know this sounds so strange. There's this like weird energy of I don't know if it's like quantum jumping here. Or maybe it's just that like you wanna speed things up and get to like the good parts. And that's that bittersweet energy. But I feel like the universe is urging you to go after the dream, but not in that way. Interesting. That's going to be for someone. Okay, I'm going to jump into the pile number 2. Let's go ahead. Let's get some more information. Who is my pile number 2 becoming? My 4 of Swords. My Knight of Cups. Beautiful, beautiful energy there. So very, very charming and like witty. My 2 of Cups. There is a beautiful love in your future as well. That might help you with creation. It might help you with some of the fears of the future, and in doing so make you a lot more confident to go after your dreams. Interesting. And my Death card, so again, transformation, a very beautiful transformation energy. Two of Swords, and I don't think you see this coming. This is so interesting. This is so funny. You might be like someone who's kind of a player, and it almost feels like love smacks you in the face. I'm like hearing a song, but I'm not sure what it is. But it like smacks you in the face and makes you like a better person, or it changes you. And I think in doing that, it's kind of like a weight lifted off your shoulders. So who are you becoming? Well, you're becoming someone who's very like well loved by other people, because I'm seeing someone who's like fighting against your paranoia or like your restlessness. Maybe something in the mind, maybe like an anxiety, in order to stay in your life and helping you to deal with it. So I see you being very supported, very well loved. I feel like there's someone who makes things so easy for you. And that's something that you don't see coming either. You might be attracting like a Venus and Virgo type. We do have Venus and Virgo right now. And Venus and Virgo is such a subtle touch. It is like the act of convenience is very much the love language of Virgo Venus. And I think this is going to change you on the inside. I think it's going to make you feel so much more free to do the things that you want to do, because you know you'll be supported. It's that leap card, isn't it? You go first, the universe will catch you type of energy here. And this is especially in love. Like, especially in love. There was someone here who was meant to like change your fortune and your future, and it is going to bring you great, great success to have them by your side. But I think you have to be open to change, and I don't think you're seeing that. That actually might be quite difficult for you, and I don't blame you. Change is incredibly difficult, but I think that this is meant, like, it's meant to change it's meant to help ease these like restless thoughts, this like racing mind energy in this Four of Swords. How? Okay. All right. All sorts of discombobulated. Okay. Back of the deck, we have my Seven of Pentacles. Something might not have worked out in the past, and that might have caused this guarded energy here with this Four of Swords, that like restless mindset. Interesting. What's behind that? Yeah, it made you cold. My King of Swords, something in the past that didn't work out made you incredibly cold. Maybe you feel like you've healed from the heartbreak of this person, but maybe not the passion that you felt towards them. And so love has just been frightening ever since. And I see you becoming someone who is open to love again, open to receiving again, open to being supported again, open to letting other people help. And not in like a codependent way. When I use the word like reliable or like reliant, you know, being supported, I don't mean that in a way where it's like, you know, you're codependent or you need them, but it feels so natural and easy and nice. In the middle of this deck, we have my Nine of Coins here. Behind that, yeah, and I feel like you will look back and see all the opportunities that you actually had to like ease yourself of the mental conflict before it got so bad. I feel like you'll look back. The person that you're becoming is gonna be so well loved and supported that you will look back and be like, how could I have ever let my worry get the best of me? How could I have ever, you know, maybe missed out on this beautiful love that I have because I let all these things get the better of me, you know? I actually have a friend who recently, like, kind of rang me out a bit about how I'm not, like, using my potential or whatnot. And while very little of what they said to me really took effect for me, what did get me is he was like, he had said something, and for me, I thought in response to it, like, oh, maybe he's right. Maybe I'm, like, wasting my, like, youth and beauty rotting in my bed. And like, I have to admit, I look back on periods where I have like depressive episodes, and I always kind of regret those, even though I really struggle with that, where I'm like, man, if I could have just asked for help or, you know, gotten the support that I needed when I needed it, it probably wouldn't have lasted so long, and I would have gotten a lot more of the things that I wanted to do done. So that's what I'm seeing. I am seeing you as someone who's just so well loved and so supported, just so full of this light. You just bring light to darkness, and I think that's your own darkness as well. I feel like you are the light bringer to your own darkness. Like, you are just slashing it away thanks to the love and like the lanterns of other people behind you, helping you. Yeah. Okay, I want to go ahead and just grab an angel number and then some charms, and I will let you guys go. Thank you so much for joining me. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know how this resonated for you down in the comments. Ooh, and make sure to check out my private readings on Etsy. Weirdly enough, I didn't mean to shake this with this crystal, but this black obsidian heart came with it. Pisces might be significant here. We have 731, angel number 731. That'll be your message from Spirit today. I believe this is Neptune. It might be Saturn though. And then as for charms, okay, not too many initials, so I want to grab some more. Still not too many initials. Something might be moving really, really slowly. I've got my turtle there. I also have a little bunny here. So it might be like the mind is fast, but the body is slow. Like the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak type of energy. I have my 4 of Pentacles here, so I do see you. I just dropped it. I do see you as becoming someone who is very, very self-respectful, who knows their own worth, their own limits, their own boundaries, and is not afraid to make other people feel loved, but also to understand where the line is. We have art coming out, so some of you may be artists, or there is a need to like put more value, self-value on your art. Someone's dad might be significant here, a father. I have a safety pin coming in here. I see Libra coming out. I also see money in your future with that penny. Maybe you're just like throwing coins. I've got a ribbon here as well, so I feel like you will be wrapping something up pretty quickly here with my soon card. I'm just throwing my charms. Every time I like try to pinch them in my fingers, I drop them. We have a skull here. So that's that death, that transformation energy again. And then for the initials, I have A, H, I, W. All I'm seeing is WAH. W-A-H. And then that little safety pin. And then we also have an N. So I do see you winning. Winning something. We have win. Maybe someone's name is Winnie. Alrighty, well that'll be your message for today. Again, thank you guys so much for joining me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye! Hi, pile number 3. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you chose the Siren, then you are at your reading. Now, before we get into the pre-shuffle tarot, I do want to read the Siren from the Archetype book, so let's dive in. Pile number 3, we have the Siren. The temptress, the seducer, the femme fatale. The siren calls and the world spins. What we thought we wanted pales in comparison to the sweet allure of her song. We find ourselves lost in a spell of desire and longing, perhaps even lust. Whether the thing calling to us is ultimately good or bad is somewhat irrelevant. It's the journey that matters. And the work of the siren is to take us on a deep psychic descent. Following her song, we go down, down, and down, to a place where lessons are learned and courage must be rallied to find our way back to dry land. Try as we might, resisting the call may not even be an option, unless, like Odysseus, we bind our hands to the mast of our ship. It's likely, though, that falling for her call is the only way we will come to live more on the surface. Beautiful, beautiful energy. Now this talks very heavily about awakened sensuality as well. like the physical touch, as well as a more like primal side to human nature. So, who are you becoming? Someone that is just irresistible. Someone who gets what they want, like with ease. Let's go ahead and take a look at the pre-shuffled oracle. We have soul family. Call in your tribe. Don't do it alone. There's some whales on there. Oh my gosh, there are actual... They've got the little tail that's seen on the siren. Not the exact same one, but still. How interesting. They've got like the flippers. Then we have positive movement forward, number 8, for abundance. How beautiful. Again, you see, this feels like someone who gets what they want. Like, that's who you're becoming. It's so funny because it almost gives me the energy of The Devil Wears Prada. I don't remember the main character. Andy? Is that her name? Like, when Andy is being tested, oh, my like throat is going crazy. When she's being tested, she has to like get the Harry Potter manuscripts for her boss's like twins or something. And it's obviously like an impossible task, and she gets it done anyways because she gets what she wants. And it also kind of gives off that boss energy as well. Yeah. I feel like you're going to become the person that people call when they're in trouble. You're the person that they call when they need someone to bitch other people out. I have a friend like that. I have a friend that I call and I'm like, this went down, go yell at them. Like, we also have the base chakra. I see you being so grounded in the future, and I feel like in reality and in logic, this is also kind of giving me, it's giving me the energy of gift of gab really, really hard. And I think that's because you are so grounded. There might be something like earthy to your voice, or maybe to your outlook, like your beliefs, something very like natural and earthy, but logical. Maybe you really believe in science, or you're an advocate for some kind of political change. I do see positive things coming. Sorry, let's continue with the oracle. We also have enlightenment coming out. I love that the sun energy has come out twice now. Beautiful, beautiful. Again, there's some beautiful like wisdom coming towards you. Who are you becoming? Someone so wise, you know what to do. People know that they can come to you and you will fix the situation, like come hell or high water. We've got, look, wisdom. And that's being ruled by Jupiter, number 42. That's going to come to 6. And 6 can often talk about community and family. And then we have the gazelle. Beautiful energy. That's a fire sign energy. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius coming out there. And I would actually really love to read from the book for gazelle. I didn't do this for the other piles for the animal spirit cards. My cats are playing around in the background. They're like running up and down the stairs. Don't mind them. Okay, the gazelle is heightened awareness, ability, and vulnerability. The gazelle represents supreme grace. With every move, this awe-inspiring beauty emits sophistication and elegance. Gazelle personalities are often hyper-aware of their surroundings, and this can inhibit them from enjoying the beauty they've spent so much effort cultivating. No more worrying about all those predators out there in the wild. When this card appears, it's time to get back to the present moment. Beautiful. So beautiful. Again, I feel like you are someone who is, you use logic and you are very aware. You have like a very deep sense of not only like self-awareness, but I think situational awareness as well, which makes people feel like they can come to you not just in times of like crisis, but also just for wisdom, for things that are like emotionally uncomfortable or stressful or scary for them. This is like if like a woman who's pregnant coming to you for advice on like does birth hurt, you know? There is a very beautiful leadership energy that's like very earthy in nature. I would say like Capricorn or Taurus energy that I'm feeling. But I feel like it's come through a lot of community and a lot of genuine empathy and care, and that has built up like this reputation, or maybe even like this understanding, just that you are someone who can be trusted. You also might be like a head of a family as well. Maybe you're becoming the head of a family, and I see you doing it with ease, flying colors. Let's get a little bit more. We have calm, number 7 coming out. Calm. We also have freedom, number 17. Yeah, you might have gotten, who are you becoming? You might have gotten away from someone, maybe who isolated you and made you hypervigilant. And I see you like getting out of some kind of hole that they left you in. I know that's kind of rude to say, but that's what I'm feeling. And it taught you a lot, and I think it made you very strong, although I don't think you are someone who is comfortable with the way you got that strength, because it feels like walls raised higher and higher in order to get there, but it has made you so formidable as a result. I want to go ahead and get into the tarot now and get some deeper insight here on who are you becoming. Okay, we're going to be using the Under the Sea Tarot deck by Jalissa's Messages. That came out so quickly with my Page of Cups coming out. Yeah, maybe you were in a relationship young. Maybe you got into a relationship young. Or there are, like some kind of, I don't want to call it a blockage. It just feels like missed experience. This almost gives the sensation, the energy of like being homeschooled, marrying really early, so not really getting to like explore like the dating field. Not that that's wrong by any means, but there's a sense of you thinking back to that of like, oh, I was naive back then. And my 4 of Pentacles, but you found your self-worth. We have my 2 of Wands. I feel like you've come to a crossroad energies, maybe about self-worth. Maybe you weren't expecting to have to come to it with that 2 of Swords there. You weren't expecting to have to make a decision. Maybe it was sudden. I have my Judgment card in reverse. And my Queen of Pentacles in reverse. I think even more to layer onto it, part of who you're becoming is someone who has struggled very heavily financially. Maybe who you're becoming, part of why they are so reliant is because of the fact that they've learned what they've had to about money, or that they've made decisions based on like a smaller budget than most people would be used to. Maybe it's some kind of success that you don't see coming here. Interesting. What did we have? We had wisdom. Maybe some kind of a like consulting job. And then we have the Lovers. Upright. King of Pentacles in reverse. And Page of Swords. Upright. I feel like you are becoming someone who really doesn't judge people based on their financial status because you've been through it. There might be like an exceptional amount of empathy for those who are less fortunate than you. And I actually almost get that there's like a passion behind that. This might not even be people. This might be like with animals, like maybe you foster animals. And so like, you know, if they get a batch of kittens in and they need someone to take them, they know to call you. I'm also very much getting the sense of a partner who's kind of like stuck or stagnant. They might have like they might not like that you are someone who is so heavily relied upon. It might make them feel a little like emasculated or insecure. With this Page of Swords, we have the 4 of Wands behind that, the 10 of Swords behind that. Yeah, it's like you are becoming someone who understands, I think, how a lot of life works. And that helps you to never be in this like Queen of Pentacles in reverse position. This like, maybe it makes you wonder if you took a vow of poverty or something, the way things aren't working out. But I think it's enabling you to be in a position where you will never have to go through this again, because you know how to prevent yourself from ending up. Maybe it's like you like have a lot of credit card debt, and a relationship may not be able to help, like a partner might not be able to help you out with paying it all off, but there is still like genuine love there, and that's enough. What is the song that I'm thinking of? You're becoming someone who is just so empathetic and understanding and compassionate, and I think that actually goes a really long way. This feels like the voice of someone who will fight for the underdog, for like the weaker man. I think that makes your voice very intimidating and scary to a lot of people in power too. And that might be what you're using it for. Because again, I feel like you've been in this position. This could be something like, maybe you've faced homelessness, or you faced hunger, or illness, chronic illness, and you're advocating not only for maybe yourself, but also other people to protect them. And while it might not make you a lot of money, it might not make things stable, I think it brings a lot of love into your life, and it makes you someone that other people want to fight for them. Okay, all right. I want to go ahead and get into some charms, and I think that's where we're going to leave it today, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Make sure to let me know down in the comments how this resonated with you. Like, comment, subscribe, and be sure to check out my private readings on Etsy. I want to grab an angel number. We have angel number, whoa! This is almost the same angel number as pile 1. We have 5311. Angel number 5311. That'll be your message from Spirit. Pile number 1 had 5111. We also have Aries energy coming out. And I believe this is Neptune coming out. It might be Saturn. Alrighty, let me go ahead and grab some charms for you guys. Get some initials. We have a lot of fortunes coming out. A lot of fortunes coming out. Okay. We have persevere. It's just a bump in the road. Again, it feels like something's not working out, and it might have you like down in the dumps, but you are becoming someone who is going to use these experiences to help other people. Your hard work will soften the troubles of others. I can't make this up. I don't know if you work in like a political campaign, or you do like nursing or something like that, but it's helping. And then we also have you will make a change for the better. So who you are becoming, I feel like you are about to find out. I feel like you're about to find out pretty soon. I have Sagittarius energy being highlighted. There's that fire sign energy again, just like we had with the gazelle. For the affirmation, it says plant love and kindness. Yeah, maybe you'd work with the ecosystem, or maybe with science. We have one last fortune. It says, make time for a relaxing vacation. We have I'm grateful for you coming out. So someone does have quite a lot of gratitude for you. And then I see you being bored. Maybe a bit bored in the future. I have a cat that is flicking you off. So maybe you love kitty cats, or maybe there is someone that you were telling to F off. Oh, this is so cool. This is my owl smashed penny, and it's actually the same owl. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's the same owl on that wisdom card that's ruled by Jupiter. A lot of water and fire in this reading. I have my seahorse coming out. We have another bird with my parrot coming out. And then we also have a globe. So again, travel might be significant for you. Maybe something tropical, because I've got a turtle, a seahorse, and a parrot. So maybe something to do with the ocean or biology. And then I have justice coming out with Libra being highlighted there as well. So I do see you becoming someone who's very justice focused. Yeah. And I think that your self-worth actually extends to other people, or to whatever it is that you're passionate about, and it helps others see the value of it. But that's what I'm seeing for you guys. Thank you so much for joining me, Pile 3. Loved seeing you today. Make sure to let me know down in the comments how it resonated, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!